In this video, I'll be talking about something that I noticed after having 100 conversations, and I think it will add some sort of value mostly to beginners um, who are starting agencies or starting the freelancing journey, or anyone just who thinks that the insecurity that you have is just in your mind. So this video is more about the insecurities that I have experienced. I have noticed in other people that I have spoken with, the prospects with like 20 years of experience, 15 years of experience. And then when you dive deep into their thinking process, the way they look at themselves, the way they analyze themselves, you see there's a layer of insecurity for every one of them. Until I understood that, I was very insecure myself. I was trying to be someone that I'm not. Let me check the audio once. All right, that's perfect. Yeah, so I was trying to be something that I was not, and that adds friction. That takes away trust. That takes away your focus in the ability to that takes away the ability for you to focus on the other person and actually listen and understand them and have empathy in the conversation so that you can understand by the end of it how do you actually want to build this connection moving forward. So once I understood that hey, 100 people with more life experience than me, most people in this industry I've spoken with are, I have not spoken with anyone who is younger than me. I think only one guy who was equal in age, like similar in age than me, uh, just like myself. And then everyone else was like more than that. So they have been in this industry for like 20 years, 15 years. They have had other businesses or other jobs that they were in, and now they're doing it on the side. So that's where people are. I'm speaking with. I've had 100 of these conversations. And once I understood that all of them are trying to hide something and they're portraying something else that they are not, the more freedom I got in understanding that, okay, you know what, me just analyzing that and me being able to, look at that experience and have this experience and realization that, hey, you know what, it's not just you, you are not alone. Like me, I'm not alone. And everyone else is trying to go through the same journey that you are trying to go through. And that was liberating for me. So it was very helpful in trying to identify, how do I actually want to build this business? How do I actually want to serve? What type of clients do I want to work with? Who can I help the most? What type of people I do connect with? And even if someone is like, you know what, I need this, this, and this, and I'm willing to pay the premium, I'm like, you know what, I don't think I will be able to help you the most because that is not the type of person that I am. Maybe I can really refer you to someone else. Um, Let me give you an example, right? So there was one prospect that I spoken with. Don't mind my English. Uh, so one person that I spoke with, he was doing really well, and I think he was very straightforward. He was really focused on the work. He was very focused on, okay, you know what, I have to do this, this, this. Uh, but I did not think that that was negative, because that's the type of person I am. I'm also more focused on, okay, either I'm all focused on, entirely focused on my self time, like I'm spending time with myself and my family, experiencing life, right? So I really value real life experiences now, as in every single moment I spend with myself, my thoughts, listening to my thoughts, self-awareness, practicing that, practicing gratitude, or even just exploring, like or admiring nature and stuff like that. That's very experiential, right? That's me. Or else I'm spending time with my family, and I'm like, oh, you know what, I will forget everything else right now because I'm spending time with my family. That's me. And I think he was similar like that, right? So that's the type of person that I was like, you know what, I really value this connection. I don't like the business as an outcome for me. I really trust the process. For me, the process of this business development is more like, I get to work with people who are similar in values and ethics than like me, but differs in skill set and maybe like geographical location. They're in the US, I'm in India. So I think the values, if the values meet, I moving forward, right, slowly as I keep on going this journey, I see more and more of this in myself, that if the values are met, then I am open to giving my best, because the skills that I have, I know it works. We have gotten two applications to one of our clients, right? So 2 weeks into the journey, the campaign is off to a very average speed. It's not as much as I expected, but it's now catching up. Now we already got 7 appointments, 4 show-ups from there, 2 applications. One more, I think one more applications to be collected on Monday. So that's like 3 qualified applications, right? So moving forward, I know for a fact that 10 to 12 applications will be possible on a monthly basis. And all of these are like, new buyers who are just starting out, right? So they would be an asset. This would be an asset to the realtors that my clients have networks with, or what do you say? The realtors that they are connected with. So they can refer these home buyers to their realtors as well, which will be added value, and they will have the leverage uh, immensely. And once they close the deal, I'm really sure, I'm very positive about the fact that the closings are coming soon. And this campaign, this is really good. I'm very positive about this. So this is also someone that I really connect with. Like it was like really very, very not too tactical conversation. It was very surface level. I don't care that if I'm not focused on how to close someone. I know how to do it. I've tried it. I learned the process, but that's not me entirely. I'm more like, you know what? Let me be straight to the point. Directly, I'll speak to you. You don't like it, it's totally fine. I'll be speaking with the right type of people, and then I will offer them, hey, this is what we can do. This is what I would love to do for you. And I know for sure that you would benefit from this. That is the type of conversation that I love. So that was one of the conversations that I've had, and I saw that this guy was very focused on. He had really good experience. He had empathy. He was very considerate about how I am perceiving him, because he's very direct. He really told me that, I'm not sure if I came off the wrong way, but I would I really appreciate your time. And I was like, you know what, I'm like, that's the complaint that I get as well, that hey man, no, sometimes you're like too direct. One of my teammates, we were on the training call, and he was like, you know what, I think I will leave. I have some work. So the training call was almost over. I was like, okay. And then we continued talking for like more 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, I knew, okay, it's done now. So now I have to, he can go now. So instead of him asking me, I told him like, hey, Hussein, you can leave. Hussein, you can leave. Right. And that came out very rude, but that's the intention is not like that. But just because my focus at every single point is so many things in my mind. So the most important thing comes out non-sugar coated, and this sometimes is not perceived properly. And so when he told me that, hey, I hope that you did not take it negatively, I really related with him that there must be 10 different things going on in his mind, but still he focused on the conversation for 30-40 minutes. And that's an immense value. Like, someone gave me 40 minutes of their time, and I value my time like it is the most precious thing. I don't look at time as like time equals to money, but time equals to life for me. So it's much more valuable than money. Money is an outcome of the time that I put into money making, but life is the outcome of the experiences I put time into. I think that was grammatically correct. But anyways, so that was one of the conversations. Another conversation was with someone who is, I think he was about to, he's been doing this for 30 years. He got divorced, and I think he was looking to move to a different state, Maine, right? So he was from the West Coast, and he was going to a state like Maine. I think it's in Central time zone. So he was like, we were having this conversation. And at that point, I was more focused on how to find out the problem, more consultative approach, and which is not like me kind of conversation. But still, we had the conversation really well, went really well. And it was more like, I saw that even after 30 years in this industry, he's only doing 2 loans a month. And he's also not open to accepting the fact that he might be doing something that's outdated, that's not giving him results. And then when we had the conversation for 20 more minutes, 30 more minutes, and I was like, you know what, this can be something that you're missing out on. And he was like, I think, you know what, I appreciate you being upfront with me. I think I need to focus on this. I'm like, you know what, you should be focusing on this. I mean, I don't want you to work with me, because anyways, I cannot work if there's like a lot of things that I have to do from my side to help you in the mindset. I don't have the infrastructure yet. I'm obviously looking forward to building that infrastructure, but right now I don't have it. So even if you want to work with me, I cannot work with you. But one thing that I can say by the end of this call, you should understand that, hey, this is what I was doing wrong. And maybe there is, of course, I'm no one to give you advice. I'm like 8,000 miles across. And I told him that, I might not be the person to take advice from, but at least in this domain, I think you are missing out on these things. So I would highly suggest have a conversation, take some, go to some events, talk to someone who have done it already in your network, and then try to possibly experience it, right? Test it out, and then see how it works out for you. Do it in A to Z, like do the entire thing A to Z, and then actually give it a shot, because there's no point trying to cover up something and be someone that you're not, just to avoid judgment, just to kind of like just to cover yourself up and blend and be vanilla, right? Instead of chocolate, be vanilla, right? So not everyone likes chocolate. Some people love it, some people hate it. That's what I think. I think Grant Cardone told that, or I'm not sure who told it, but it resonated, right? So don't be vanilla. Everyone likes vanilla. No one hates it or loves it, and those are the extreme that human beings respect. So love and hate both has something equal, which is respect. So I think that's what everyone hides. So if you're just starting out, so this is for the agency founders, or anyone in sales, anyone looking to speak with. For me, my personal insecurity was that I don't look good enough, I don't look professional, which is true. I know that it might be true, absolutely, but that's me, right? I don't. If I had to look professional, I would have taken a job. I worked at two jobs. I gave up on both of it just because I don't feel like this is not me. And especially in today's day and age, if we have the option to be ourselves and still build something magnificent, then why will I be something that I'm not? Right? And there's like 25,000, 50,000 people in this industry that I'm working with, just the niche that I work with in the mortgage space. All I need is like 20 clients who really connects with me, really relates with me, for whom the person matters more than the outfit. That's what my value is. So if I just need 20 clients who can work with me for the entire year, and I can really give good results, and the conversation is never about how am I showing up, what my background has. I just want to work and focus on the work and get the results. That is me. Anything else that is a point of discussion about, hey, you know what, I think the color grading is not good, I think the editing is not high quality, I think you should not show up like this. I'm like, you know what, man, I respect it, but this is not me. Then I just want to be me and then build something magnificent, which is within that realm. Okay, so like 20-30 clients out of 50,000, I'm sure there's 30 people who relates with the type of message that I have to share, more like, which is more work focused, for them to get loans. If they get loans, I'm sure that most people in the industry would not be focused about, oh, you know what, I got 10 loans working with them in 4 months or something. But I think like, this guy doesn't have a good sense of color, in dresses. I don't think this guy has a good style. I don't think this guy speaks with a very good grammar. You got loans, and that's good enough, right? Some people would be against that, but if I try to be vanilla and try to be likable to everyone, then I think I will lose myself in the process, and that really drains me. And I think the impact would be not that much. So some people actually did tell me that, hey, you know what, I don't think I can do business with you. I'm like, you are from India, and I don't want to do business with India. I'm not entirely sure if I trust you. I love it because it's very transparent. It's very open and transparent conversation, right? But that's one person from 120 conversations, one person, and that too was very polite. So I'm like, you know what? That's a difference in opinion. Acceptable, understandable. I have some opinions. I don't want to work with everyone. When I see someone who is very egoistic in the conversation, so they're trying to project dominance, I like, you know what? No, I don't want to work with these type of people. I mean, even if you give me $10,000, I will not say yes. I'm not going to deal with that attitude for the next 4 months, 6 months. I cannot do it. Even if I try my best, I cannot do it. So I'm like, you know what? I really love the work that I do. I love the work that I do, and I love the people that relates with me. because I've had a lot of conversations that I really like. And I was like, you know what, I love to work with you. But I'm not gonna be pressuring you into working with me. It's in your own time. And I wanna be like, you know what, I will have 100 people that relates with me to speak with me every single month, so that whenever who is ready, the 10 people that's ready every month, I just want them, so that I don't have to push the 90 more people. And I can actually provide something of great value to the 10 people who are ready right now. The remaining 90 can be ready 6 months later, 2 years later. I don't care. Whenever you are ready, and you feel like, you know what, I have lost time. Of course, I have my own beliefs, as in, like, you know what, there is the best time to do this was yesterday. The next best time is right now. But that's me. I don't have the energy and time to convince someone. So a lot of people did say that, oh, but that's sales. You have to sell. I mean, I'm not gonna sell. I don't like sales. Like, I love sales as a skill, and I have learned this. I have actually learned the NEPQ technique. Not that good. I'm gonna be taking a coaching on that, and this is really good. Like, I know that if I can dial that down, I can really close good numbers. But I don't have the energy to at least now. I don't have it. Maybe moving forward I will, and I will be like, this is a sales NEPQ, right? I don't like to sugarcoat things. That's me, right? I don't like to waste time on uh, trying to be something that I'm not, and trying to cover it up, and trying to get, like, sneakily get something. I'm like, you know what, this is me, this is what I can do. It's proven. You like it or not, you like it, let's do it. You don't like it, let's not do it. That's it. Just one life. I would like to have really good clients, right? So this is what the insecurities can look like if you are new, starting the calls first time. You're like, you know what, I think they would be like, oh, your accent is bad, oh, your this is bad, that is bad. I think they would not do business with me. So what? Like, have the conversation, because it's not just in your mind. This is one of the insecurities that you have. It's one of the form of insecurities that someone can have. Their insecurities can be like, oh, this guy might know more about marketing than me. So I have been in this industry for 20 years, but still don't have good enough results. So they are, most of the times they go in with skepticism, but that skepticism is not dominance to you. That skepticism comes from, like, a vulnerability that's covered with a hard shell, right? That's the skepticism. And then they're not being open to you. That's a shell to the vulnerable side, which is that they're not good at marketing. And if they openly accept that, then it's kind of like the ego part comes in a bit, and it is vulnerable to accept that, hey, you know what, I'm not good at this, which is the most important thing in your business, right? That's totally fine, because if they were good at marketing, then they would be marketing agencies, not brokerage, right? So they're really good with loans. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so they're good with loans, and we are good with acquisition, right? And it's not about if you're already good at that. Yeah, someone who is starting out, when I was starting out, I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm good at that. Yeah, but you have interest in that, and that is what they don't have as much. So anything that you have more of, and if you have interest and you can put time in, you will be better than someone who is not putting time. So you are in a better position. Of course, the charge might not be worth it at that point. When I started out, I was not giving out, I was not charging upfront for the entire service. I was more like taking free trials, or giving really good offers, and showing the value first, getting the results first, and then we used to upsell them to a higher commitment, so to say. So that's how you can start it, but it doesn't mean that you should be going in with the mindset that, you know what, I'm nothing, I'm not good enough, and that really comes in. That was there for me. Like, the first 25 of the first 10 goals, I was super insecure. So very insecure. I was trying to be, you know what? I was trying to pretend something, to be something that I'm not. Right? So yeah, that's it. Like, everyone is insecure. Every single person that I've spoken with online is insecure. I spoke with someone from Serbia trying to sell me something. He was insecure. I spoke with someone from Chennai, India, uh, 3 people from Chennai, India. Chennai, Bangalore, Mumbai. So total 5, 6 people who tried to sell me, services. Nothing negative, but again, they were insecure. And I can see it right now. Like, whenever someone is talking to me, I can see through that, hey, this is my insecurity. That really shows up. And I think the best way to cover up insecurities and have a really good time on the conversation is by mentioning your insecurities first. You know what? This is me. I mean, hey, I am insecure about these things. And so if these things come up and this is a barrier to you, either we can stop the call right now. I don't want to waste your time. Or else just let me know. I will try my best to, not bore you, right? So if let's say if you feel what can be a insecurity for someone who is just starting out? You can feel, oh, I don't have good results, so I have nothing to show. On the first call, when you have the first conversation, you can say, hey, would you be interested in that? Like, go for the offer. Go with the offer that you're offering. And once they're like interested, how many people, usually they don't ask on the first call, first conversation. You can say, hey, we are just starting out. I know someone, like, connect with someone. Like, I would not suggest absolutely go blank, because even when I started out, I had 3 years or 2 years of experience in other fields. So you associate with someone who has experience and then say, hey, in this industry, I haven't had experience before. So I'm looking for the first client, but I have a process that I am willing to share with you. And no complimentary, no commitments from your side needed. Will you be open to hopping on a call? Have these calls. Once you have the call, like they hop on the call, you don't have to pretend that, hey, you know everything. Say that, hey, I don't know much. This can work, this cannot work, but I think this has a higher chance of working. So I'm looking for a commitment from your side so that I can prove it to you, and then also we can build something together. Will you be open to that or not? Have that conversation with 20 people, 30 people. One person will say yes, right? Ask for a 15 days commitment. 15 days commitment. Don't charge anything upfront. Say that, don't pay me anything. Just take care of this ad spend and let me do it. And then once someone commits to it, give everything that you can to get some results. It might not be the best results, but you will learn a lot. And then now you have something to show for the next call. That, hey, I'm doing it for only 10 people or only 2 people, right? Or only 1 person. I'm just doing it for 1 person. And then you can show that, hey, this is what's been happening. It's nothing significant, but it's better than 0. So again, have 30 more conversations. Now 1 more person would say yes, and that's how you get to 100 conversations or something. Usually you will get 10, 20 clients, 15 clients or something like that, if you are like going with that offer with no upfront commitment needed. And you have at least 1 appointment booked. You have like 1 appointment booked. That is a really good result. So just go for 1 appointment booked. 1 is infinity. That's why I say 1 is infinity. You get 1 appointment, you can get 1,000,000 appointments. So just repeat the same process and then keep improving the process. That will improve it tremendously. So that's when you can get. So initially I used to charge like, hey, give me a setup fee, and then we'll get you these many appointments, which will turn into applications. And then when we saw that, hey, this turned into an application, it's like, oh, you know what, 1 application. Then the offer went from leads to appointments to applications. Now then we saw that, hey, you know what, more people signed up. Now we have more applications to show, and then now it's easy. Now they want to speak with someone. We have a client from working with us for 12 months. We can just say, hey, call them and speak with them, and then make a decision. Simple, right? So and that's when the compounding would start. But if you don't start, and if you have the insecurity, you are trying to portray that, you know what, I know this, I know that, and this and that, it's never going to be you, and you will not enjoy the process. You will give up. But once you start showing the vulnerable side, you become something that no one else usually is. You become unique. It's not everyone would start the call saying that. I used to start the call saying that I'm not sure if I have the recording, but I used to start the call saying that, hey, there's 3 reasons why you won't be able to work with us, like why we can't work together. Can I share the reason why we cannot work together? They're like, yeah, sure, I would appreciate that. No one said no. No one said no. And then I used to say, first of all, we are from India. We're not from the US. I am based in Mumbai, India. So if you're like, you know what, I don't want to work with someone who is foreign, and you have like, trust issues, or, you just don't like people from my country, or for some reason, no judgments, then we cannot work together, clearly. Is that a deal breaker for you? No one said yes. Only one person, yeah, later on. No one said yes. It was not a problem. So that meant that it's only in my mind. Next. I used to say that, hey, we only have one campaign that's working right now, that I'll be able to show you. One case study, not much. So that's all we have worked with, right? So uh, is that a deal breaker for you? Because if you want me to show you 20 different case studies, I cannot show you that. Is that okay with you? They're like, yeah, of course, no worries. And then I used to ask, one more. Yeah, I used to say that, hey, this is my team. Like, there's like 3, 4 people. That's it. We are first year in this business. So we just started out in this industry. Is that a deal breaker for you? Surprisingly, out of 100 calls, only one person said no. But that too, to me being from India, like my team being from Philippines, India, and Europe, outside the US. Not that I did not have enough case studies. I mean, by then I had like a couple of good, really case studies to show. And yeah, so, and very soon the presentation would go into you actually showing the stuff instead of saying the stuff. And that really increases the conversions. So, instead of saying, hey, this is a screenshot, that is a screenshot, show the actual conversation. Hey, this is a conversation. It's live. This is an actual conversation, right? This is an actual call. You saw the recording, the 5-minute conversation. This is an actual feedback from the client. And moving forward, an actual video feedback, testimonial. That's when it starts to, fly, so to say. Yeah, so that is it. Insecurities, everyone has it. Now, the more I saw it, the less my insecurities, became. So now I don't cover it. I'm like, you know what? I like wearing this today, so I'll just go and wear it and then record a video publicly. I don't care if you don't like it, right? I like my work. I love my work. But the reason I love my work is because I get to be the person that I am. And if you take that away from me, then there's no point of doing this work, right? So some days I would be, maybe sometimes you will see me in suits. Sometimes I'll be like in a jacket. Most days I'll be in a jacket because it's winter here. I mean, it was. Sometimes it's like, it's a sports t-shirt. Sometimes in a shirt very soon. So it's like, I'm very versatile. That's my personality. So I'm like, I like being versatile, not one single thing. And that's like abstract. So that's what I bring to my campaigns as well, that, hey, today we do this. We saw these things. Next we do this. We saw these things. A/B split test, best, combine it. That's a new thing. Now we have a unique select point. That's how I like to build my campaigns as well. Anyways, cheers. Thanks for listening to it until here. See you in the next one. Thanks.